Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up. Weekdays, catch us live. Somebody, let's go.
Good evening. Good morning. And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day. Hoping your Thursday was positive, was good, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Your boy's been working really hard on something very, very special that's going to be coming out here very, very soon. Yeah, that's what I've been doing for the past, for the past couple days, but mainly for today. But I had to hop on here because some new information, some new stuff popped off revolving around this case or this story, which is now kind of developing into an actual case about Shanquella Robinson. Man, there was a very interesting and heartbreaking interview that the North Carolina beat Gerald Jackson had with the father of Shanquella, Bernard Robinson. And I wanted to show it with you guys. I wanted you guys to see it with me because, like I said, I was going to be covering this story, talking about this story. And one thing that I love about this, as of recently, ever since, I guess yesterday when I talked about it, it's been going off like wildfire. Everybody and their mom is talking about this story, which I applaud every single last one of y'all to be talking about this. I saw a few. I'm not sitting here saying that I broke this story. I'm not. All I'm trying to say is that it's just nice to see other channels that I wouldn't say would normally cover this kind of story are now starting to cover this story and talk about this story. And I appreciate it because I know some people, some creators, is a little outside their box, outside of their jurisdiction in a way, outside of what they normally talk about, if you get what I'm saying. And it's nice to see them talking about this and covering this story because this is a story that needs to be heard. This is a story of a young, successful woman that was doing some really amazing things, not only for herself, but for her people, making sure that her friends, family, etc. were getting fed. And now she's no longer here. Even possibly by the hands of the people that she was feeding. The people that she was even helping out. It's heartbreaking, y'all. This whole thing is heartbreaking. Yes, I know the FBI is involved. I mean, there's a lot going on. And there's some information out here that I think we're going to need to debunk or at least challenge a little bit. We might need to challenge some of these things because I'm hearing some stuff. I've been getting DMs, emails, you name it, everything, talking about this with information that I would say is not entirely hasn't been confirmed yet. But we will be talking about those things because it is very, very, very interesting out here in these streets, and the information that's coming out is heartbreaking. So we got to get into these things. Sorry, guys. Like I said, just wanted to let you guys know what you guys are walking into. We're going to be checking out this interview. We got a little bit of information here that we're going to be taking a look at. We're not going to watch the entire interview from this interview from the North Carolina beat. I encourage you guys to go and check those things out. Go and check out the full interview when we get done, of course. Because this was a very telling, very eye-opening, and heartbreaking interview for sure. Okay, so please go and do that after we see a portion of the interview right here on the Pascal Show. So before we get into everything, do me that solid. I know that was a long intro, but I wanted to make sure some of you guys are starting to file in, be a part of the conversation. So do me a favor, some housekeeping. Hit that like button down below. Send it past 200 likes. That would really, really mean a lot. I know that a lot of y'all are probably watching on other channels because other people were streaming, from what I saw, the live interview. I didn't see that there was a live interview until like the last 5 seconds of it. So I'm going to be watching it with you guys with fresh eyes, sort of. All right. So please hit that like button down below. We need to get this story out. We need to get justice for Shanquella. And of course, please, most definitely hashtag justice for Shanquella in the comments, in the family chat. That'll be greatly appreciated. And of course, hit that subscribe button. You know your boy's working hard out here in these streets to give you the stories and the information that you need. Okay, so let's get into some things, okay? Now, I know that a lot of you guys have, some of you guys are out here that have been looking and seeing what's been going on revolving around this story of Shanquella Robinson. Now, let me just tell you a quick synopsis, okay? This is a young 25-year-old woman, businesswoman. She had 2 businesses, an entrepreneur. She was finding very great success in her own way, in things that she loved. She brought her friends, family into her business. And I said it in the last show. Hey, she made plenty of room at the dinner table for all of her friends and family to eat at. Okay. If she got fed, her family got fed. It's a very beautiful thing, in my personal opinion. All right. We all strive. I would hope all of us would strive to be this kind of woman. Well, she went out of town to Cabo, Mexico. And let's keep it real. Cabo's supposed to be fun. It's like Vegas. You're supposed to go out there, have a grand old time, maybe not remember everything, but you still remember you had a good time. You got some sand in your, between your toes. You got to drink some tequila. You get to dance the night away. You jump back on a plane and you take your drunk, trying to sober yourself up ass back home to North Carolina, right? Well, that's not the case that happened with this young woman. Tragically, her life was taken she was only there for 24 hours. She hadn't even been able to really fully enjoy her time there. Probably didn't even get a chance to unpack her bag. She went down there with a couple of her friends, rented out a villa with a bunch of her friends, etc. What happens is, at least according to what the parents were told, Salamondra and Bernard Robinson, they received a phone call from one of Shanquella's best friends saying she's having a bad reaction to alcohol. She has alcohol poisoning, so on and so forth. Nurse, or apparently first responders get over there. They try to treat her. This is all according to what the friends are telling the family. They try to revive her, etc. So they say that she's not responsive. And she dies within 15 minutes of first responders or some sort of nurse or doctor, physician, whatever, came to come to her aid. She passes within 15 minutes of this situation. Now, what's really wild is that instead of the friends, sticking around and making sure that, Shanquella's body is taken care of, that her remains come back to America, the friends all pack up their stuff and they kick rocks back to America, leaving Shanquella's remains overseas or in Cabo. Now, jumping ahead a little bit, family receives an autopsy report showing that her cause of demise had nothing to do with alcohol. In fact, her neck was broken and her spinal cord was cracked, and that there were bruises all over her body. Of course, the family said they're going, I don't get this. We're trying to figure it out, so on and so forth. And then randomly, like over the past 48 hours, and I think this is the real reason why this story really took off, is because a video is released showing Shanquella stark naked, getting beat up by another woman by the name of Dejanay Jackson. We all saw the still. We all heard the footage. I couldn't show you the video because of how graphic, and of course, she's nude in the footage. Shanquella's not even throwing any punches. She's not fighting back. She's just taking it, right? Now, the friends are saying none of this had to do with her passing. They said it was alcohol poisoning. Yet we hear later, autopsy report is showing something completely, drastically different. No alcohol is involved in her demise, broken neck, and cracked spinal cord. That is some serious damage. And if you saw the footage, and this is just a snippet, I'm hearing that there might be more to the footage. But in the snippet, you hear or you see this woman getting her ass handed to her. I'm sorry to say it like that. But she's getting savagely beaten. Not even protecting herself, just taking the hits. And yet the friends say, that she passed from alcohol poisoning. Okay. Now the friends and now other friends that were not there, of course, and family are passionately trying to find out what really went down. What happened? What truly happened to Shanquella? Because the stories are not adding up. The math, as I say all the time, ain't mathin' in this situation. All right? Well, a blog or a news blog site by the name of the North Carolina Beat or the ncbeat.com, if you want to go check out their reportings, they have been very, very, very much on top of this particular story. And we're able to sit down and have a conversation basically via video chat with the father of Shanquella Robinson, and his name is Bernard. We're going to be taking a look at the video because, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense. There's more information and there's more details in what Bernard says in this interview that I think are incredibly crucial, that can get us a little bit closer to an idea of what actually went down. I'm hearing body slams. I'm hearing there was another woman involved in this fight that wasn't seen in the video. I'm hearing all kinds of different things. There's a rumor running around that the woman that's in the video fighting Shanquella, they're saying that is a person of the trans community. They're saying that Dejanay is trans woman. Hold on to that before you jump into it, okay? But these are the speculations and the stories that are circulating like wildfire out here in these internet streets. And I'm hoping that maybe we'll listen and hear a little bit from Bernard and get some more information that maybe we can confirm, deny, and all that. I'm thinking that so far, the accusations about Dejanay being of the trans community, I'm thinking that's not true. But people are going wild. Again, when we get passionate about something, when we get angry about something, and we want justice for somebody, we go hard in the paint, trying to think of anything under the sun to we'll think of anything under we'll throw the whole bus on top of somebody just so that it makes sense. But I think that is a rumor that is not. It is just a rumor, point blank. Some of y'all can be savages out here, especially when you're angry about how someone has passed. And I get the anger, I definitely do. But let's stay with the facts, not with the rumors, okay? But I wanted you guys to see this video because I think this is very important. It's very interesting. It is heartbreaking. We can get an idea of what the family has received as far as information so far. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, the rumors are running amok right now, and we need to get down to the bottom of the situation. Not going into speculation, rumor land. All right. Because that's when it gets messy, and that's when people start getting hurt. So that's when other people, innocent people, start getting hurt as well. But let's get into this, okay?
That's how I'm standing. Through everybody prayers and how they feel about this situation.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way I'm standing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I definitely want to say you do look good, and I see that that God's grace and mercy is all in this. We're both Bible believing men, and we know that God can do anything but fail, and God has been in this case from the beginning. Even in the room, God has been in. He's been involved in this. He knew what was going to happen, and he knew that he, won't let those who are responsible get away with it. He's already working. And, to see that Shanquella not only, has had an impact on just Charlotte, but it's beyond Charlotte now. The world see how beautiful she was. The world see how she can slay hair. The world see how of a woman she carried herself. And just to see that some no good, low down, dirty dogs would do something like this to someone who was at the top, and to reduce her to a hashtag is very egregious, and it is disgusting, and justice will be served. Let's make that clear.
Oh yes,
Mr. Robinson,
yes.
yes. Justice will be served. I first want to give my condolences to you and to your entire family. I am so sorry that you all are going through this, and I continue to pray for you all, and people around the world continue to pray your strength, and that God will continue to touch this situation and will bring those who are responsible to justice fast, quick. We have been talking over the phone since I first reached out to you all, and you told me about your daughter, and you told me about the lie of the alcohol poisoning, and you told me about what the autopsy said, and you told me about the pictures that you were shown of your daughter, and just how how dirty this murder was. Can you tell us a little bit about what the, I don't want to call them friends because they're not friends, but the people that she was over there with, what did they come back to North Carolina and tell your family, especially Khalil, who is the best friend of your daughter? Can you just talk about how you found out about your daughter's death, and can you talk about the lie that they told?
Well, at first, I was sitting at home on a Saturday, which was the 29th. It was like 7 or 8 p.m. and the phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, mom's calling. So I picked the phone up, and she wasn't sounding right. So she said, Shanquella gone. So, I'm saying gone, gone where, and she said, she dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, the phone just, my phone dropped, and I just started crying. I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went to Salem with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? She said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with them. So, from there, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night. Just cried.
Yeah.
Not knowing, how, over in Mexico, where she at, or what, you know.
Now,
Right now,
go ahead, Dad.
it's just
Go ahead.
hard.
Yeah.
It's just the point that alcohol poisoning. It's just it didn't sound right, you know. I
Right.
said, how you got over there, you know, for the flu over there, you know, I'm trying to when she leave. So he said she left Friday, you know, got there 8 o'clock. She said she talked to her on the phone, and they was sitting there drinking, you know, eating tacos and salads. The chef came in, and from there she said, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So from that point, that was Friday. So Saturday, you know, so she telling me the whole story now. So from that point in, that's when she found her dead at 3 o'clock. Say her friend Khalid was on the phone talking to her, saying she was, you know, sick, throwing up, she wasn't feeling well. She took a shower, laid back down, and they called the Airbnb house. They supposed to send a medic out, doctor out to the house, and they had to pay $150 for the doctor to come. So when the doctor came, they had to look at her, try to put an IV in her arm, and you know, said IV popped out, and she went into a seizure. You know, that's what Khalid telling, you know, her mom's all this right here now. So
all this information that they just that he's giving right now was given by allegedly, or at least from Bernard's mouth here, came specifically from Shanquella's best friend, Khalil. All that information. Oh, they tried to put an IV in her and it popped out and she went into a seizure and we had to spend $150 for this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. All that information, all of that, all those details could very well be lies. Could be a lie, y'all. Have mercy. What kind of, we're going to continue, but what kind of person does that? A person that might be guilty, just saying. Or was witness to something, was a witness to something wrong, period. Let me continue. There's more information here, obviously.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out, you know, I'm listening to the conversation, so I'm trying to figure out, well, you know, why Khalid, you know, didn't give you the phone or let you hear the doctor. Then
Facts.
one of them in the house, which she was told, one of them told her she need to wire $5,000 over there so they can take her to the hospital or so she be able to get in the hospital. I said, $5,000 for what? I mean, she got insurance. She always had insurance.
You heard that too? I'm sorry. This is just the beginning. We've only just begun. It's the only beginning here. It's just the beginning of this interview. And they were already within the conversation trying to get the family to what? Wire $5,000 to them so they can take her to the hospital. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know how you know the hospitals work in Mexico and all that stuff. I don't know how it works. But that doesn't make any sense. If she's got insurance and if something's going on, they needed $5,000 to do what? Take her to the hospital. Does that make sense, y'all? Does that make sense? I've also heard other stories too that the friends took Shanquella's credit card and charged $10,000 on her credit card so that they can kick rocks. So why do you think they took, or they were asking for 5,000 bands? Dollars. Why? I'm just going to let that sink in while we continue. Like I said, I've heard these stories, and hopefully he confirms these or says these things in this interview. But I've heard through the grapevine that they took $10,000 from her own credit card and used it for plane tickets. Because remember, they cut their party short. Party was ended when she passed. They got scared and they kicked rocks back to America. America. You know what I'm saying? Little aura for you guys. But yeah, they didn't stay any longer. Why would you kick rocks? If this is a friend that just mysteriously and tragically passed from drinking up a little bit too much to kill you. Somebody make the math work for me, because it ain't mathing for me. Let's continue.
So from that point, that's it. So then all of a sudden, Monday came. Okay, now we get together trying to figure out where she at. So she on the embassy, calling the embassy. They giving her to run around. I don't know too much about Mexico, none of that. So me and my brother was over my mom's house. So as I'm standing here talking to y'all right now, I'm just hurting all inside. So my mind is really on my daughter, but I'm sitting here telling what I know, what was told to me. So what I had to do, in which I know it wasn't but God that led me to her. So me and my brother got on that phone and started Googling all the funeral homes that was over in Mexico, Cabo. So we came up with funeral home Riviera funeral home over there. And first we called, a guy answered the phone. He didn't speak English. So we called back again, and another young lady answered the phone, and her name was Elizabeth. And from that point on, she said, I asked her, you have Shanquella Robinson over there? She said, yes, sir. Now, Miss Robinson, I'm sorry for your loss. And so from that point on, she said, Mr. Robinson, I'm going to stick with you until I get your daughter back to the States. So that lady was like an angel. So a lot of paperwork had to be done. Her mom sent the paperwork was already in the system. So I called her back. She said, yeah, I got the paperwork. I need a release form so I can release her body to you. And so we did that. And the bill came up and everything. So I wired the money over there, after I wired the money, they got the body. So did the paperwork, and it'll take a while for that paperwork to get done because they had to transfer everything over into English. Yeah. So she got back here last Thursday, around about 5 o'clock. So I'm sitting there in the funeral home. As soon as that door opened and that box came in there with her in it, man, just cried like a baby. Yeah. Didn't even want to leave out the funeral home. My brother had to pull me out of there. I'm sitting here, looking at her, seeing, a knot on her head, her eyes swole, she got a cut lip. And, just, that's no alcohol wasn't going to do all that. So that's just something not adding up right here.
Knot on her head, split lip, bruises on her body. You tell me, is that alcohol poisoning? Again, is that alcohol poisoning? Because that don't make no sense. And no one stayed. People left. Her friends left her behind. Her remains were left behind. Her friends didn't care. Even her best friend, man. Even her best damn friend. That she probably considered family. All right? Didn't even stick around. He even kicked rocks. Sabrina Lynn on Facebook. Thank you so much for the comment, Sabrina. Those ain't friends, and yes, dag nabbit, they are not friends, baby. That's not friends. These are the worst kind of people. I said it, I don't care. Okay? Because let's be, yes, Kate G on YouTube, they did her so wrong. Okay? You can put so many O's on so. So wrong. So wrong. All right? None of these people gave a damn. Zero. Friends don't do that. Yes, Yukari. Friends don't leave you behind. You just don't. Even if it is a situation as suspicious or as tragic as it happened. Let's keep it real. Let's talk about that fight for 2 seconds. Now, we're hearing different things, okay? We're hearing different things saying that there was another person involved in this fight, that there was another woman that came in and basically like slammed her onto her neck, causing her to break the neck. I don't know. It's crazy. It's like they did some crazy WWE like suplex like thing on her or something. I don't know. But as you can see, when Dejanay was fighting her, she was throwing her around like a rag doll. Let's keep her real. We all seen the video, okay? So if they were able to do that to her, maybe this girl was able to do the same thing. I don't know. It was like a tag team or something. Regardless if there was some sort of fight, whether it was a lover's quarrel thing or she said something that she didn't mean to do or she was caught cheating, because we're hearing all these crazy stories, right? At some point, somebody in the family, in that group, in those family of friends, should have stepped up and broken up the fight. Point blank, period. Now, if it ever escalated into this, where they got into a fight, the violence escalated to the point where someone loses their life, everyone should have stayed, but they ran. Of course they're going to run. If this was a simple situation of alcohol poisoning and she just passed from drinking too much, every single last one of her friends would have stayed. Not one of them would have left. Not one of them would have left. They would have sat there by her side, holding her arm, holding her hand, praying over her, weeping over her, talking with the family over and over again, saying, yes, we're here, we're not leaving without her, so on and so forth. But they left her there. That tells you exactly what went down, in my personal opinion. And I know that's speculation land, and I know that there's plenty of other situations, and there's totally different scenarios that could have gone down. But at the same time, when you look at the situation, you hear the autopsy report, you hear the stories that the parents are telling us, and you see the behavior of the family. You see the behavior of those friends that ran off. It tells me one option and one option only, and that is something must have gone down. There might have been some sort of mistake within that particular fight where it was an accidental unaliving situation. They freaked out. They packed their stuff. They gave the parents some crazy, ridiculous narrative like this about the alcohol poisoning. Charged her card for some quick tickets out of Mexico, and they kicked mother-loving rocks. That's it. But let's continue.
So y'all gonna come back here to the States and bring her luggage back, sit right there in her mom's, in her sister's face, ate, told y'all a story, how it happened, alcohol poisoning and all that. And then, 2 or 3 days later, when the report came back, the lady told me, no, Mr. Brown, your daughter didn't die of no alcohol poisoning. She died, it was trauma to her neck and her spinal cord. It was broke. So that's when I just had it. I said, no, I said, baby girl, your daddy is not going to let you die in vain. I will get justice for you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll get justice for you. So, going forward, I didn't let up. I didn't let up. I did not let up not one bit. And I know the grace of God has got everybody out here who caring and loving and everything and giving me the strength that I need to stand on this. Because I've been crying. I've been having my moments. I really can't sleep because that was my heart. It was a big hole. Y'all didn't came back here. Y'all got kids. I think some of you all got little kids from what I heard. I don't be on Facebook or social media or Twitter, all that. I don't that's not my style.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a person, I'm just laid back in the back scene. But all at the same time, her father has been here all along. Her whole 25 years she's been on this earth.
Yeah.
It's been her dad and all her friends who know me would tell you her dad.
Yeah.
Her dad. And I know for a fact, I know she probably called out for her dad. And for her to go out here and suffer like that. I mean, for her to suffer the way y'all did, to beat on her, because she's not a fighter. She's not a fighter at all.
Right. Yeah.
And
You
it's a
see it in the
shame,
video.
for y'all men to be sitting in the room, the video I saw.
Yeah.
For y'all men to be sitting in that room and y'all let this go on and do nothing. And Khalid, you supposed to be her best friend for 5 years. 5 years.
Friend. Now I want to.
Y'all supposed to be friends.
Yeah.
Friends just don't do that.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Do y'all, I understand y'all parents, your parents ain't even reached out to me, or I don't know if you reached out to her mom or not, but your parents ain't reached out to me. You all ain't reached out to me. So, I say something ain't adding up right here, but I just ask God to give me the strength and bring me justice. Show me what really happened over there, Lord. That's all I ask. I'm not perfect, but I know.
Who's perfect?
I know definitely where my help comes from.
Yes.
I know definitely where my help comes from.
I have to say here too that the energies out here work in very mysterious ways, because without this video being leaked, I don't think we'd be getting a little bit closer, taking tiny bit steps closer to getting justice or getting the truth out here. What's sick to me, but at the same time very helpful though, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because it shows how sick the situation is, which I mean by the fact that they pulled out their phones. They're pulling out their phones. They're taping the whole thing. Hey, Quell, you ain't gonna do nothing. Over, you play that video. It's just like this haunting voice in the background saying that, right? And how the audacity of somebody to film that while their friend is getting just pummeled, instead of actually jumping to her aid, jumping to her safety. But then at the same time, it is the same video that's coming out is exposing the true dynamics that were going on in that room, in that villa, and possibly this entire vacation. So as much as I hate it, as much as I hate this video that came out and how disgusting it is, I thank God for it too, because it's getting us closer to finding out what the hell happened. Now, FBI are getting involved. Police are actually looking into this case even more. That's important. If we didn't have that, this would just be another one of those stories of like, oh, this woman went out to Mexico and didn't come back home alive. What happened? And it would just be a bunch of question marks. So hopefully we're going to have something. We're going to get closer to closing this situation. It's disgusting, y'all. Absolutely disgusting. I saw a comment in here I wanted to grab, and there was a member's comment and I missed it. It just disappeared. So if you can repost it again, I will make sure that I keep my eyes open for that and read that too, because I do appreciate every single last one of you members out here. Without y'all, there would be no show. So, and of course, all y'all who watch the show too, but you know what I'm saying. Thank you guys for your support. All right. Zanita Motto on Facebook. Thank you so much for the comment on Facebook. He had the camera ready while she's booty butt naked, and then tells her to at least fight back. And then you use her credit card to flee the country. Nothing about this situation says accident. Yes. Now, as far as the credit card part, I just need to reiterate that. I'm hearing that as another another rumor that has been floating around here. That's something I'm still trying to get confirmed. But what the story I'm hearing is that they used her own funds so that they can leave early, so that they can buy tickets and take off as quickly as they could, because they were trying to fight. They're trying to get away from something. They're trying to run away from something, right? So that's one thing I'm trying to hopefully get confirmed here as well. It's insane. Sandwich said it wasn't a fight. It was a brutal attack. Shaking my head. Absolutely. I agree 110%. This is absolutely heartbreaking, y'all. I don't wish these friends on my worst enemies. You feel me? This is crazy. Let's continue.
Yeah.
And God has been moving. He's been moving.
Yeah.
And Gerald, the way God moved in you when you say you called that Monday morning, I know I had prayed, say pray, always pray. And it's just how everything just going, it's just everything just coming. The cover just been pulled off, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm still hurting. I mean, like I said, I'm sitting here hurting, talking about this as I'm hurting right now, knowing in 2 days, you know, I gotta bury her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And y'all then came back here, then shut down your Facebook pages. You know, you're not talking no more like you was before you left. So what you know, why you hiding? You know, just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
Just tell the truth.
Mr. Robinson,
tell the truth.
I want to.
You got a father here that won't even be, you know, you got a father here now, you know, won't even be a granddaddy. I can't even walk her down the can't even walk her down the aisle.
Yeah.
Can't even hear a voice. Can't hear say daddy. You know.
Yeah.
You know, she gone.
Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah.
And y'all took that from me. Y'all took that from me. And Khalid, I know she told you about her dad. I know she did. You got a dad. You know, y'all got dads and a mother that I know of. You know.
Yeah.
They can look at you all. Y'all can have a conversation. I can't have no conversation no more. It's gone.
Yeah.
So I had to come on here and, you know, speak my heart and speak my mind. You know, I'm not a deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
Anybody who knew me, all my daughter's friends, know what type of dad I was.
Yeah. That's what I want you to do. And I know me and you talked, and we talked about having an interview. And I know we talked about, you said that Jerome would give you one first because you've been working on it. And I just want to thank you, because the people need to hear from you. These I'm gonna call them murderers. I don't care what nobody else call them, Mr. Robinson. I'm gonna call them what they are, my opinion, because I feel like that y'all knew what was going on and you still didn't say nothing. Now the problem I have is that Khalil came back, brought your daughter's luggage to the house, had dinner, and sat in y'all family's face and told y'all that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning. And then when I called you about the video, you didn't even know anything about the video till I called you and told you about the video, and I sent it to you. And you know, now that the video is out, it definitely confirms what you were saying all along about, you know, the alcohol poisoning doesn't put a knot on your head. It doesn't swell your eyes. It doesn't bust your lip. It don't do any of that. And I know that that's one of the parts that you can't even fathom, of how this man can come to your family's face and tell y'all a lie like that. Now, I spoke with Miss Salamondra. I spoke with Miss Robinson, and she had told me that Khalil had been coming back over to the house. He was coming around every day. Did he ever call you? Did he ever reach out to you personally and tell you, you know, what happened or any of that?
No, Khalil never called whatsoever. You know, from what his mom was telling me, you know, he'll come over to the house. I guess he was coming over to see what kind of information they knew. But once I found the information out, that's how they found the information, was through me, that she had a broken neck and a broken spinal cord trauma.
Right.
That's how they got the information, was through me. And then once they came, when I called and sent what happened, then he was over there. Then all of a sudden, from what they told me, he got all sick and wasn't feeling good, and say his aunt was with him or his mama was with him. He wanted to leave. And when he left, they ain't heard no more from him, you know. So, and then when I saw the video, for y'all to beat her, knowing she's not a fighter, for y'all to, I don't know if y'all woke up out of her sleep, to beat her naked like that. Well, while she was naked, you mean, you know, to sit in that room and watch her, that girl hit on her like that while she was naked. You know, I mean,
it's
the men in the room. Wait, I mean, do y'all have sisters?
Mm.
You know, do y'all have a mother? What if someone showed y'all a video like that? A man, someone beating on your mother or beating on your sister naked. How would you feel? And she's not even defending herself because she's not a fighter. You're already bigger than her. She ain't number, you know, petite, no way no more than about 120, 125 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's not her style. Her style is not a fighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Her style is not a fighter.
Mm.
She wasn't raised like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She wasn't raised that like that. She was raised to, you know, to have fun and treat people like she want to be treated. Laugh.
Yeah.
You know, care for others. You know, and y'all want to take her over there out of her comfort zone and do her that way when she thinking she going over there to have fun. And y'all see that, to me, it was a setup. You know.
Yeah. That's what it's
seems like
to me as well.
To the grace of God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get justice. She's not gonna die, and it will not die in vain.
No.
I'm gonna get justice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get justice.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are going to get justice. You are going to get justice. Shanquella is going to get justice. Your entire family is going to get justice. Now, Mr. Bernard, Friday, they are over in Mexico. Saturday, as you know, as you talked about earlier, Khalil calls and he says that Shanquella is not feeling good. She's been throwing up and she's resting. And then he calls back because Salamondra told me that, you know, she told him, you know, just, you know, keep an eye on her, you know, just keep me updated on what's going on. And then he calls back and says that they are trying to resuscitate her. And you're trying to understand, well, what's going on? And then he comes up with this alcohol poisoning bullshit.
Insane.
You know. Now, and I understand that the FBI is now investigating. You have been in contact. Your entire family has been in contact with the FBI. But have you learned anything as far as the Mexican police seeing any type of bruises on her when they got there? You know, did the medics observe anything, you know, different, you know, about her when they got there for them to, you know, allow these people to leave a room, you know, after saying that she had alcohol poisoning and then tending to her body and it's obvious signs that, you know, she was beat. Have you learned anything? I mean, has any information been communicated to you that the Mexican authorities or the doctor or the medics over there saw any of those signs on her?
You know, as right now, I'm just waiting for all that information to come back to me.
Yeah, you waiting for all that information.
When all that information come back to me.
Right.
From what I saw her, when I saw her in that cat, when I saw her laying there when they rolled her in the funeral home, I mean, you see, we saw the bruises.
Right.
We saw the bruises.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. She was in her pajamas, flannel pajamas, pants, and a shirt. So I don't know if they put that on her or who put that on her, you know. But I don't just see how can y'all sleep. I don't see how all of y'all can sleep. I don't see how can all of y'all go about and do y'all daily duties and sit there. knowing what y'all did.
Yeah.
Knowing what y'all did.
Right.
You
Now,
know?
I understand, Mr. Bernard, that you're waiting for more information as it relates to that. Now, the death certificate stated, now the video shows that there was a fight in the bedroom. It's early morning outside if you look at the outside in the video. But the death certificate stated that she was found in the living room. But the video shows that a fight was inside the bedroom, and I do know, and I communicated with you from a source, that there is a second video, because obviously, Shanquella is on the ground with her head down. So, I mean, you could tell that she's still alive. But then other information that we learned today about Winter Donovan grabbing her around her neck and slamming her and her not getting back up. There is a second video that is out there. This information came directly from someone who is friends with Dejanay's mother, and this information was communicated because people were upset about the fact that only one angle is being showed, and that is Dejanay assaulting your daughter. This was not a fight. This was a brutal assault.
So Gerald is saying that there's a second. Hold up. Like I said, I was hearing it through the grapevine, through the rumors, okay, through the internet streets, that there was allegedly another video showing a drastically different thing, a drastically different piece, very crucial piece of evidence that could either confirm more things or debunk, make us not look at Dejanay, which is the reason why I guess she's so passionate about maybe getting this second video out there. Because obviously the video right now that we have seen that has been leaked is Dejanay beating Shanquella and throwing her around like she's a rag doll, like she's nothing. So it's very interesting now that we're hearing that there is a second video or another angle. Because like I said, I've heard that somebody else, another woman, another girl, got involved in the fight and just like I don't know how they did it, but did whatever they did to hurt young Shanquella. But have we seen the video? Is it true? We're going to have to look at that here in just a minute. I need to get this super chat, though, really quick. Thank you so much, Kate G, for the $5 super chat. Getting this story to the public is helping bringing justice to Shanquella and her family. Thank you, Pascal. Well, first off, thank you for that super chat. Second, it's not just me. A lot of other people have been bringing up the story, talking about this now, which is amazing. Because at first, it was just kind of a low hum. As soon as that video came out, it went off like wildfire. Like I said, other channels are talking about it. Other commentators, reporters, etc., are talking about it on their channels that normally don't cover these kinds of cases in general, which is huge. So the more that people talk about it, the more we can maybe inspire law enforcement to dig deeper and work harder to bring justice for Quella. Just Me, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I really do appreciate the support. And all y'all, thank you guys so much for being a part of the chat. Do me a favor. It doesn't cost a thing, okay? It's on the free 99s. So please hit that like button down below. Send it past 600 likes really quick. That would really, really mean a lot. Just a little goal to get us through, a little threshold we can get through. Get to 600 likes for me. That would really mean a lot. It would help get the story out here a little bit more, out in the algorithm and all that stuff. And for those of y'all who are just watching the show for the very first time, because I'm seeing about 1,000+ souls watching the show, welcome to the Pascal Show. I talk about everything on this channel, everything from pop culture, true crime, controversy, celebrity interviews, you name it, everything on this channel. So please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to have you part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, let us get into this thing. We got more to hear from Bernard. Let's go.
Because your daughter was not fighting back. And in that video, at the end, Khalil had told Shanquella's sister and Miss Salamondra that he was not there when all of this happened, after the fact that they learned from talks from those that was there that there was a fight, that he was not in the room. But the video clearly shows him to the left. I mean, you've never seen Khalil, have you, Mr. Bernard?
No, never seen Khalil.
Right.
Only thing I saw is pictures of all of them.
Yeah, right.
I saw pictures of all of them.
Yeah.
You know, I heard the same thing you heard. There's a video out there.
Yeah.
And you know, she picked her up by the neck and slammed on the ground. And once they slammed her, she didn't get back up. Did not get back up. So I guess that slam back there must have broke her dick and her spinal cord.
Do you need a second, Mr. Bernard? I can turn this off for a minute.
Nah, man, go ahead. We can go ahead and go through this. We can go through this.
Did you hear that? They picked her up and slammed her on the neck. You know, it makes me wonder, like, yeah, Nicole, this is definitely hard to listen to. You know, you're hearing a father just being absolutely heartbroken. His pride and joy is no longer here because of whatever happened between the women, or whatever happened between the group of friends. I don't care. All of them are suspects in my personal opinion. I look at all of them as prime suspects. They were all in the same room when all this went down, and none of them are talking. I don't know how. And there's some people going, "Oh, I'd love for the person who leaked the video to step forward." I don't know if this person's phone was hacked. I don't know if the person who was holding the phone, it sounds like it could have been Khalil that was holding the phone and filming everything. I don't know if he leaked it himself because of guilt, and maybe an admission of guilt or something like that. I don't know, right? But no matter what, these guys are all guilty of something. And they all should be held accounted for. They all should be held accountable for this. Period. Picked up and slammed on her. I don't even know. Like I said, how Sway? How? Let's continue.
Yes, sir. I know this is. I'm sorry, y'all. This is very, very, very difficult. I
really don't know how much I love my daughter. Y'all don't really don't know. Y'all don't know what y'all have done to me. Y'all don't know how, you know, the hole that y'all done put in me. I really don't know. Serious, you know. Y'all can just come back here and deal with y'all did. And leave her there. Leave her there. And then just leave her there. And then the maid had to find her from what I'm hearing, you know. You know, y'all don't understand how much of pain my daughter was in, sitting there with a broke neck or a spinal cord, you know. And then I'm hearing, I don't know, Najee or whatever. He came to the house, you know. So he was the last one. Something about he was the last one. He was the last one about her breathing or something, you know. He playing soft music and rubbing her head. Really? All of y'all could have got her help. All of y'all. But y'all chose not to.
Exactly. Who the freak comes from an airport? They came from the airport straight into there and just rub her head playing soft music and claiming he's doing CPR. And then, you know, to get online and try to run to the world that you are so innocent. The only innocent person and the only victim in this case is Mr. Bernard's daughter. And that's Shanquella Robinson. Ain't nobody else a damn victim. And I wish people would stop getting online talking about this Nazir dude got there. And then this is the problem that I have. And from my understanding, Mr. Bernard, did you watch any of his video?
Who was video?
Nazir's. Did you watch any of Nazir's videos?
Yeah, I watched a little bit how he's saying this and that, saying that. Really? Really?
Just a bunch of excuses.
And the problem, that I have is I don't.
You came there and you saw her. You should have got help. If you was her friend, you ain't seen her in 9 years, and you came in that house. Ain't no way you gonna sit here and you saw the bruises. You saw the bruises. You came in the house. You want to sit there and say you played music and rub her head, and then she took a last breath, you left? You saw the music. I mean, come on, man, really? You should have came in that house. Hey, y'all ain't going nowhere. Y'all staying down here. Y'all staying down here. Y'all not going back. Y'all not back going to the United States.
Exactly. He should have
came in here and saw these bruises. Y'all didn't hurt this girl. No.
Exactly. That is the problem.
Y'all ever thought that she got a mother and a father? You got people back here in the States that love her and care about her, especially her daddy.
Yeah.
And then y'all can't even call. You come to the house, over to a sister's house, and ain't try to say, Miss Robinson, do you have Mr. Robinson phone number? Can we call him and give him my condolences? No. Not at all. Y'all didn't even open your mouth. Ain't doing that at all. Especially you, Khalid. Even your parents. Y'all parents ain't reached out.
Dirty.
Our parents ain't even reached out. None, me or her mom. Not that I know of, but I know your parents ain't reached out to me. They still got y'all. They still got y'all. I don't have mine. She gone. Y'all took her away from me. She can't talk for herself. She can't talk for herself, but her daddy is gonna talk. Her daddy gonna stand strong through the grace of God.
Yes, sir.
God gonna give me the strength that I need. Yes. And I know everybody out there who got a relationship with God gonna pray that I get the strength to stand where I need to stand.
Yes, sir.
Because my daughter would not die in vain.
Yes, sir.
She would not die in vain.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna give her justice.
She's gonna get justice.
She didn't have to go through this. She did not have to go through this.
She did not have to go through this. Shanquella did not deserve this. She did not deserve this. I can't wrap my head around the fact that they left Mexico, came back to the United States, and told this family that Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning, when in the damn phones that y'all was carrying had the video that we just saw. Y'all knew a fight happened. Y'all knew, and you know who killed Shanquella.
And you told her mama. Y'all sit right there and told her mama that it wasn't no altercation.
That it was no.
Y'all told her mama and her sister right in their face it wasn't no altercation in that house. That's exactly what y'all said. That's exactly what y'all said.
Now,
in a couple of days, I will have all y'all statements.
Sure is.
All y'all statements, what y'all said.
The FBI is on them left and right. So if you think you're hiding at your mama house, Dejanay, you think you're hiding Khalid, you think you're hiding Winnie, if you think you're hiding Nazir, if you think you're hiding Elise, the FBI is on you. And you're going to have to get into the interrogation room and you're going to have to tell what happened. And the fact that y'all still to this day ain't even tried to call this family and say, Miss Robinson, Mr. Robinson, I lied. I was scared. I ain't know what to do. We should have broke it up. I ain't know what to do. And for every parent that's sitting up here and you know your child done killed somebody You should be ashamed of yourself. That you will harbor a fugitive. That you would try to hide your child. That you wouldn't even reach out to a mother, the mother, father, the father. Shanquella ain't hurt nobody. Everybody loved her. Just because y'all had hate and bitter in your heart, you didn't have to take out what you was going through in your anger and your hatred and your jealousy and your envy on her. You're ugly on the outside and you're ugly on the inside.
I agree 110%. I'm just wanted to jump in. I didn't want to mean to interrupt his thing here, but yeah, I agree with what he's saying 100%.
And you ain't at all worthy to take a dog to the dog pound, let alone call yourselves some type of human with a heart. Y'all ain't shit. I'm sorry, Mr. Bernard, but you know how we talk on the phone. So you know me. But
yeah, say what you mean.
No, I am so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so outraged at the fact that these Judases left your daughter for dead. And then you got Nazir coming on. Let me ask you this. The part that you did here, Mr. Bernard, did you even believe any of what he said, what he was saying?
Not at all.
Not at all.
If you were there, you should have did more than what you did. You trust and believe me, every last one of y'all. Y'all would have stayed there at that hospital down there with my daughter. I would have made sure y'all got back here. You wouldn't have been staying in Mexico.
All of them. Every single last one of them. It's not only Nazir. It's everybody. Every single last one of them. Yes, Nazir is, I don't know why he even went on a video and tried to explain himself. No matter what, he still looks wrong. No matter what, he should have stayed. He said he stayed, but then he still left. This young woman's remains were there alone in Cabo. Friends just took off and left her like she was nothing. Ridiculous. Steph Luva, thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. I really do appreciate it. But like I said, this is just insane. Okay? Absolutely insane. The treatment of a loved one, a friend, maybe your employer, right? Because she did employ some of her friends in her businesses, and she had some booming businesses, y'all. Okay? Had some booming businesses, and still, these people who she took care of gave two damns and left her. And yes, Whirly Bird 68, I totally agree. I'm very, very happy that this video was leaked. Whether it was hacked or if it was out of guilt, whatever it is, I am so happy that it came out. Real talk. You know what I mean? Lyrical Fox. Yeah, this is reliving the Kanika Jenkins story. Yeah, it's screaming Kanika Jenkins as well. But this one isn't just like people coming up with videos of surveillance footage and saying, oh, there's a ghost hand in here and the ghost hand. We are seeing footage of one of the last moments of Shanquella's life that without question shows us something. Can at least explain the bruises and the knots on her head and the split lip and all that. I mean, Dejanay in that video went in on her. But if she's out here trying to get out, run out on the lam, trying to kick rocks in these wilderness streets, hiding under her mama's bed or something like that, trust me, feds are listening. Feds are looking. They're going to find you. Doesn't matter. They're going to find you. But let's continue a little bit more of this, okay? Just a tiny bit more. I don't want to play the whole doggone thing. All right, but please go and check out thencbeat.com. I'm sure this video is up there right now. Obviously, this kind of there's not a whole lot of damning information here, but there is some things that there is some new information that we're receiving right here from Bernard, which I'm very, very grateful for as well. Let's continue.
Hello? You would have got back here. You would not have stayed down there.
Hello?
That would have meant a whole lot to me, knowing that you stayed down there with my daughter till I got there or we got there. We all would have been getting back on that plane together. But y'all didn't do that. Y'all left her.
Now,
y'all left her there. Y'all left her there.
One thing I want to point out really quick, I just got to play the devil's advocate for just 2 seconds, okay? So just bless me with this a little bit, all right? And don't come at me. I don't need no smoke, okay? I'm not trying to start any problems or anything, but let's just play the scenario of this, all right, for just 2 seconds. What if something drastically bad happened? Like everything is screaming at me that this happened by the hands of their friends. But what if the friends ran because of just fear? Not fear of being found guilty, but fear of the judicial system or the law in Mexico. The fear of, oh, damn, if I get arrested out here, brought in for questioning and all that stuff, I'm going to be in a jail in Mexico. Do I want to do that? Maybe people were scared of doing that too. Maybe they were scared and they ran. Maybe. But at the same time, doesn't matter. Still shows full admission of guilt of doing something very, very bad to this young woman. They should have stayed and faced the damn music. Doesn't even matter if they're like, oh man, I don't want to be in a jail in Mexico. Well, shoot, this is your friend. If you're innocent, you stay and you fight it out. You running away, you got to think about the optics too. What people are going to think, what this family is going to think when the true truth comes out after they've known that you just ran. And one of the other things too, let's not forget what he said in the very beginning. Khalil was giving him information about how she was doing. It was about the IV, convulsions, alcohol poisoning. But one other thing that he said is that they needed $5,000 to take her to the hospital. Mind you, Bernard is claiming that he did not speak to the doctor, to the physician, or whoever was giving this young woman medical aid. Not once. He said, I didn't talk to anybody. I just heard through Khalil what was going on. And on top of that, he wanted $5,000 so that they can take her to the freaking hospital. Then after that, and I haven't heard whether or not he received the $5,000. If Khalil received $5,000 from this family, but they still ended up leaving. As soon as this woman was pronounced gone, they packed up their stuff and they left, or they left her before she was even confirmed as passed on. No matter what, this is terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Nancy EL, thank you so much for the comment on YouTube. Pascal, why would these friends care about leaving her behind if they can beat her to her demise and not care about doing that? They are evil. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if they're going to do something like that, they don't give a damn. But they straight up, yeah, Latif. Sup, Latif? What's up, my brother? But yeah, this is absolutely a fraud lick. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Or they're trying to find funds so that they can get out of there. Yeah, we need $5,000 because, the way things are down in Cabo, they're expensive and stuff. And we need that $5,000 so we can go to the hospital with her and stuff, when actually they're just buying tickets for the first plane out of Cabo as soon as possible, so that the cops, the Mexico or Cabo PD or whatever the hell you want to call it, come running after them, wanting to question them, because obviously this woman was beaten badly. Yes, Samantha Davis, this is trifling. Absolutely trifling. Okay? And then Khalil apparently was still showing up to the family's house, to the mom, and chopping it up with the mom, even after everything. Why? Was he trying to stay close by so he can have an ear on any new developments? If anything would go down, he would at least know, so that he can at least tell the friends, yo, they on to us. Run! Or was he actually there because he really gave a damn? Like he really cared. I think it's the prior statement I just said, but I got to throw those questions out. You know, always trying to keep it classy. San Diego, let's go.
So dirty and so low down that this father and his brother had to get online and find funeral homes and find out how to get in contact. Y'all left them searching. Y'all left them searching how to find their daughter. This man don't know anything about Mexico. Just imagine being a mother and a father, and your child is over in another country and dead, and you got to get on Google. What if it wasn't for Google? Y'all dirty. You left this man searching for his baby's body.
I mean, what if we were back in rotary phone days, man? You know, the thing, and you had to wait for it to swing back and go back to zero and do all that. Imagine if we were in the dial-up era. Real talk. We don't have Google or anything like that. None of that. Imagine the struggles of them trying to get their own daughter's remains back home. Imagine that. Like I said, the audacity of these people to actually do what they did. Regardless if they're innocent or guilty, which I still think, obviously, I swing on the side of them guilty, okay? But even if they were innocent, the fact that they left her behind shows what true friends they are.
You left this man trying to find out where his daughter was because he couldn't get in contact with her because she was dead because y'all beat her. Because y'all beat her. How was he supposed to find out? His only connection to her. He ain't have it no more. And y'all, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I wired that money. I wired that money over there. It wasn't 6,000. I wired that money. It's almost 7,000.
Confirmed. You heard that? Woo! He did send the money. I was waiting for that. I was like, did he send the money? Did he send the $5,000? No, he didn't send 5. He didn't send 6. He sent $7,000. I'm playing it one more time. Dag nabbit.
Y'all left them searching how to find their daughter. This man don't know anything about Mexico. Just imagine being a mother and a father, and your child is over in another country and dead, and you got to get on Google. What if it wasn't for Google? Y'all dirty. You left this man searching for his baby's body. You left this man trying to find out where his daughter was because he couldn't get in contact with her because she was dead because y'all beat her. Because y'all beat her. How was he supposed to find out? His only connection to her. He ain't have it no more. And y'all, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
I feel his pain.
I wired that money. Jeez. I wired that money over there.
He wired it.
It wasn't 6,000. I wired that money. It's almost 7,000.
Hamburger.
I wired that money.
And not one of them tried to ask that they need
help. I wired that money.
Didn't ask, do you need money? Didn't ask nothing. Didn't ask nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I don't know GoFundMe page. None of that. I wired that money.
Nothing.
Okay, so real quick, first off, so that could be debunking the rumor that was flying around the very beginning of the show, which I told you guys in the beginning about I heard a rumor that there was a credit card being charged. And a lot of people were thinking that it was about $10,000 that was taken, swiped by her card. Now, that the friends took her credit card, and used it. A lot of people were saying, or the rumor has it, they use this money so that they can go get back to America. Okay? Now, we're hearing from the father, Shanquella's biological father, Bernard Robinson, saying that he wired them almost $7,000 to Khalil and the friends. Why? Because he trusted them. Because this was Shanquella's best friend. Khalil is considered like family to her. And instead of staying with her, being by her side, whether her soul had passed or not, he left, including all the other friends that were there in Cabo, living it big with Shanquella. They all left. Where do you think that money went? It's a wire transfer. So all they had to go and do was go to the front desk of that hotel or go to a Western Union kind of joint area and get the money in cash. You really think they took that whole set, almost $7,000, and use it on Shanquella for her to go to the hospital? You really think that? I'm telling y'all this right now. They took that damn money. And they bought plane tickets for that with that ish. And they disappeared. Or they left her behind. Clearly, they're back in their hometowns, wherever they live. But real talk, they took that money. They bought tickets and they got out of there with the quickness. Dominique Holmes, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Wall-mounted phone, old and antique Amber H. Yes. The lies. Okay? The lies that are being said. The lies that were being said to the family. The lies that were being said and told to the family, and then at the same time trying to take advantage of it while it's like I feel what Gerald feels right now. It's just you just want to say have mercy. You just want to say hamburger because you just like, what the hell? These people tried to finesse the family on the worst day of their lives. Again, I will say this. If the $7,000 really was for Shanquella, show me the Carfax. Show me the proof. I want to see it. Post it all up on the Twitters, all that stuff. You can tag me in it. Send that ish to me because I want to see it for myself because I don't believe it. They took that money. They straight up hustled whilst a woman is dying or possibly had already passed. And they conned the family. They finessed Bernard and Salamondra for $7,000. Just let that sit down. Let it soak all the way down to the plums, babies. And think about that. The audacity. The absolute audacity that these people have. I'm going to play a little bit more. I was waiting for that confirmation. Thank you. 7,000. This breaks my heart, y'all. Like I know it sounds really dramatic and stuff, but I'm like, I really am like weeping on the inside right now. Because no father, no mother deserves to feel or hear or experience any of this. Shanquella should still be on this planet. The father should still have $7,000 in his bank account. The things that people do, man. Man, it'll be somebody you break bread with every single day. Ain't that about a
Mr.
Her
Bernard?
funeral is paid for.
Yes, it is paid for.
Her funeral is paid for me to bury her in the next 2 days.
And let me while we're talking about her funeral, let me say this.
He needs a GoFundMe.
Shanquella's funeral is this Saturday. Okay, it is this Saturday, November the 19th. The wait will be 11 to 12, and the funeral is from 12 to 1 at Macedonia Baptist Church, 1300 Hatteras Avenue, Charlotte. Let me say that again. Her funeral is this Saturday, November 19th. Charlotte, show up. Show up. Stand with this family. Show up.
Okay, now real quick, yes, Charlotte, the city of Charlotte, the people of Charlotte should show up. Every single last one of y'all who are affected by this story should show up. One thing I do want to say though, really quick. Okay, thank you, Nur. I appreciate that. There is a GoFundMe. Thank God for that. Let me post that. Hold up, tag man. Hold up. Let me post that pin that to the top of the chat. So if anybody is watching that wants to contribute, by all means, please do so. Somebody just said something that just caught my eye, so I just wanted to make sure that I read that out loud. He's misunderstanding the money. This is from Sun Goddess. Thank you so much for the comment. He's misunderstanding the money went towards bringing the body back to the U.S. Now, if that is the case, then I want to see the Carfax for that too. I want to see the Carfax. Show me that. You know what I mean? If that is the case. But why would Khalil tell him that? You see what I'm saying? At the time, okay. So then Sun Goddess, okay. The father was not stupid enough to send money to them. We need to have correct facts. He sent the money to the funeral home only. Okay, so that, because we just heard it from him right here. So I'm reacting to what he said in this interview right here. Now, if it was something different, if he said something somewhere else, okay. Then I may have misunderstood if that's what he said. If that's what he said, then I misunderstood it. See, Lateef, I didn't hear anything about a funeral home either, Lateef. So maybe I don't know. Maybe there's some information in there that I really didn't hear or something. Maybe I missed something there. But I did play it twice so that you guys can hear it too. Okay? But at the same time, if that is the case, if it is the money that was sent to the funeral home, that's one thing. But if it was something that he sent $7,000 to Khalil to transfer her to the hospital, that's something completely different. But I will try to find that spot again because we talked about a bunch of stuff.
That's exactly what y'all said.
The mother, father. Shanquella ain't hurt nobody. No, I am so angry. I'm so angry. I'm so upset. I'm so outraged.
Try again.
At the fact that these
what you did. Should have did more than what you did. You trust and believe me. Every last
upset, I'm so outraged, so jealousy and your envy on her.
he reached out. Me or her mom. Not that I know her, but I know God gonna give me the strength that I need. And I know everybody out there.
That Shanquella died from alcohol poisoning.
Y'all told her mama and her sister right in their face it was no altercation in that house. That's exactly what y'all said.
What if it wasn't for Google?
Okay, here it is. It's around this area.
Y'all dirty. You left this man searching for his baby's body. You left this man trying to find out where his daughter was because he couldn't get in contact with her because she was dead because y'all beat her. Because y'all beat her. How was he supposed to find out? His only connection to her. He ain't have it no more. And y'all, Lord have mercy, Jesus.
Yeah.
I wired that money. I wired that money over there. It wasn't 6,000. I wired that money. It was almost 7,000.
Okay. So you heard it right there. Not once did he say anything about a funeral. But actually, hold on. Let me this, and maybe there's a misunderstanding. Maybe he misspoke. Maybe he's talking about the funeral home. But I'm relying solely on this interview right now. So I want to make sure. Let's play a little bit after and let me see if he says the actual words funeral home. Let me see that. Hold on.
I wired that money.
To who?
And not one of them tried to ask did they need
help. I wired that money.
Didn't ask do you need money. Didn't ask nothing.
So then why is Gerald reacting as if Khalil received the money? See what I'm saying? Because he's saying, and they didn't even ask if you need any money. How dare they? But let's continue a little bit more. Maybe he does say something about funeral home here in a second. Hold on. I just want to make sure because, sometimes the wax in my ear gets really clogged up. These things, they take up a lot of real estate in my ear, in my ears. So in these ear canals. Let's just play a little bit more. Hold up.
Didn't ask nothing. Nothing.
I don't want no GoFundMe page. None of that. I wired that money.
To?
Nothing. Mr. Bernard.
Her funeral is paid for.
Yes, it is paid for.
Her funeral is paid for.
Her funeral is paid for. He sent the very beginning of the interview. Just want to make that abundantly clear. DJ exclusive. What's up? What's up, man? It's been a long time, my brother. Miss your face, man. Love to get back on that show on Like It or Not very, very soon. So we need to link it up. We need to chop it up. But anyway, look, even he said, and DJ exclusive uses them dumb ears. Okay. So if he even said, wait, it sounds like, because he uses ears because he's a DJ, get what I'm saying? He said, it sounds like he paid Khalil and the funeral home. So maybe he did do both. Maybe he did an upwards of $7,000 on both things. I don't know, but the way he talked about it in the very beginning of the interview, he said they asked him for $5,000. He said 5 in the very beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, $5,000. Okay. Then later on, he said, I wired that money. I sent that money. And it was more than 6. It was about $7,000. So my thoughts is he said $7,000 so that they can get her to the hospital, because that's what he said in the very beginning. Now, that could be him a misspoken moment. That could very well be it. Or he did both. That's what I'm thinking as well. Maybe he did both. But no matter what, I mean, I could read what Witchy Gemini said. Just rewind it to the beginning. I mean, I could rewind it to the beginning, sure. You just want to make me stay for like ever. But I could do that too. Okay. Let me do that again. Hold on. Yes, DJ exclusive. Yeah, Rebecca, you and I definitely need to get on and talk about this because it's all so much. Yes, it is, DJ. Yes, it is, Bubba. I mean, it's insane. It's insane. And yes. Where did that go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Because I know Bubba will love this. Hold up. Where did it go? Dag nabbit. Well, it disappeared. But anyway, somebody just wrote metal fan. So that's a throwback. Somebody's been watching. There it is. Bluebird on my shoulder said metal fan. That's a deep cut. That's like last year. All right. But that is very true. It is all so much. Ducking felonies, says Dan Pascal, and since the murder occurred in Mexico, the U.S. has no jurisdiction. They can't prosecute an American for unaliving someone in Mexico, as far as I know. That's the reason why I think that the FBI is getting heavily involved now, trying to see what they can and cannot do, because let's be real, it's a completely different jurisdiction. And I think that's the reason why you have a group of friends let me just throw air quotes. I'm going to be doing friends a lot, okay? And not that TV show, okay? It's Friends, all right? You got a group of friends that kick rocks back to America because maybe they realize that by them going and leaving the country, it'll be a lot harder for them to be extradited back to Mexico. There'll be a lot of legalese and a lot of red tape and BS, a lot of paperwork to get them back to Mexico to be tried, possibly, or questioned. That could literally be what it is. All right? That could literally be what it is. But that's a very good point. Okay, ducking felonies. Very, very good point. Something I talked about on the show yesterday when I talked about this story for the first time. And that's the thing. This whole situation is absolutely heartbreaking. But the fact that the friends were trying to finesse the family while this young woman was fighting for her life, possibly fighting for her life, or maybe not fighting for her life, if you know what I'm saying. They were still trying to finesse cash out of the family. Whether that money successfully was transferred to Khalil and the friends or not, still doesn't matter. Whether the father was like, this is my daughter, we got to do whatever we can to make sure our daughter's okay. Whether he did that because he just needed to protect his child or not, doesn't matter. It's still evil being evil. Still somebody being absolutely disgustingly greedy at one of the worst moments in any parent's life. Getting a phone call that you lost or are losing your child. But then to add insult to injury, to throw some salt and Tabasco sauce and a little bit of tequila into this mother lover, you can't do anything about it. Why? Because they're in a completely different country. You can't hold your child. You can't physically be there to try to see what was going on, getting down to the nitty gritty, getting down to brass tacks of what happened to your child. You can't even do any of those things. You're just there, helpless, receiving the worst call that you only wish. You don't even wish these kind of nightmares on your worst enemies. Again, this is absolutely disturbing. Absolutely disturbing. And you got friends out here, those friends that are doing something like this. And that's just disgusting. People are asking Shay, is like, are you replaying it or not? All right, you know what? I'm going to play the beginning really quick. Okay? I'll replay the beginning just really quick. Okay? And Yvonne, I'm assuming the credit cards have been canceled and whatnot. But at the same time, I do not know. That's a piece of information I don't know. All right. But I will play a little bit of the beginning because like I said, he does say the $5,000 thing in the very beginning, just so you guys can hear it. That's why he mentions $5,000 in the beginning, and then he mentions it was more than $6,000. It was $7,000. So in my mind, I'm putting those two together and saying he sent almost $7,000 via wire transfer to Khalil and maybe to the funeral home so that they can actually send her body back home. But let's take a listen one more time. I don't know where it is, so I'm going to be looking for it, guys. All right. You're asking me to go all the way back. All right.
Mexico, Cabo.
Yeah.
That's how I'm standing through everybody's prayers and how they feel about this situation.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way I'm standing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I definitely want to say you do look good. And I see that, that God's grace and mercy is all in this. We're both Bible believing men, and we know that God can do anything but fail. And God has been in this case from the beginning. Even in the room, he's been involved in this. He knew what was going to happen, and he knew that he, won't let those who are responsible get away with it. He's already working. And, to see that Shanquella not only, has had an impact on just Charlotte, but it's beyond Charlotte now. The world see how beautiful she was. The world see something like this to someone who was at the top of your entire to judge. And he
phone rung. I'm sitting there looking at TV. So my mom said, I said, well, mom's calling. Dead. I said, dead how? And she said, alcohol poison. So when she said alcohol, I said, how's she got alcohol poison? Where's she at? So she said, Mexico, Cabo. So, the phone just, my phone dropped and I just started crying. I'm trying to figure out who she was over there with, and said she was over there with some friends that she went to school with, went sailing with. So I said, you know of them? You know them? She said, I know of them. I just know she went to school with them. So, from there, my whole night was just trauma, man. I just cried all that night. Just cried.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not knowing, how, over in Mexico, where she at or what,
Now,
right now,
go ahead, Dad.
It's just hard. It's just the point that alcohol poisoning. It didn't sound right,
Right.
I said, how you got over there, for the flu over there, I'm trying to, when she leave? So he said she left Friday, got there 8 o'clock.
So I'm moving it up a little bit.
Khalid was on the phone talking to her, saying she was, sick, throwing up, it wasn't feeling well.
Here we go.
She took a shower, laid back down, and they called the Airbnb house. They supposed to send a medic out, doctor out to the house, and they had to pay $150 for the doctor to come. So when the doctor came, they had to look at her, try to put an IV in her arm, and said the IV popped out and she went into a seizure.
All these details.
That's what Khalid telling, her mom's all this right here now. So
right.
I'm trying to figure out, I'm listening to the conversation. So I'm trying to figure out, well, why Khalid, didn't give you the phone or let you hear the doctor. Then
right.
One of them in the house, she was told, one of them told her she need to wire $5,000 over there so they can take her to the hospital or so she be able to get in the hospital. I say,
okay, ladies and gentlemen, okay? Am I crazy or no? You heard it. I'm going to play one more time for that A. One more time for that A, okay? He said what, though? He said about $5,000 for what? Like I said, I'm relying just on this. My ears are not crazy. All right? I ain't a DJ or nothing, but I do use these ears quite a bit. So let's listen to this one more again.
looked at her, tried to put an IV in her arm, and said the IV popped out, and she went into a seizure. That's what Khalid telling her mom's all this right here now. So
Right.
um, I'm trying to figure out. I'm listening to the conversation, so I'm trying to figure out. Well, you know, um, why Khalid, didn't give you the phone or let you hear the doctors. Then
Right.
one of them in the house, well, she was told one of them told her she need to wire $5,000 over there so they can take her to the hospital or so she be able to get in the hospital. I say $5,000 for what? I mean, she got insurance. She always had insurance.
Remember in the very beginning, if you were watching the beginning of the show, thank you all for riding with me since the beginning of the show. For those of y'all who have been doing it, okay, I paused in this exact same moment because I was like, see, they were even asking for money. They were asking for the monies. And he said, why? She got insurance. We don't need to spend no $5,000 to send her to the hospital. What are they on? $5,000 was asked by Khalil and the friends so that they can take her to the hospital or to see what was going on with her. $5,000. Just want to make sure that you guys hear that. Then at the end, where we are all sitting here trying to figure things out, right? He did say, I sent a close amount of $7,000. I wired close to $7,000 out there. Now he doesn't specify, oh, he sent it for the funeral home, or I sent it specifically to her friends. All we know is that he did end up sending close to $7,000, wiring that amount. Now, if you do the math within this conversation, within this interview, he mentions that they needed $5,000 to take her to the hospital in the beginning, and then later on he says, I even sent more than $6,000. It was $7,000 that I wired over there. I don't know about you guys, but I start to do the equation. My equation, my sum to this sounds like he sent close to $7,000 to Khalil and her friends. That's what I'm taking. And maybe it's both. Maybe he sent the 5 to him, to Khalil and the friends, and the rest to the funeral home so that they can send her body home. That could very well be it as well. But you've heard both of it. I rewound it twice. You heard it. You guys can be the judge, okay? But let me get some super chats here really quick. Charlie Miller, what's up? Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really do appreciate it. Can the U.S. extradite the friends back? I think that's what you're trying to say. Now, quite possibly. But like I said, there might be just a whole lot of legalese, a lot of legal BS that they have to do to make said thing happen. You got to remember, this crime happened in a completely different country. This did not happen in a state. So I'm saying of America. This happened, for lack of a better term, overseas, right? In another country. They have different laws, different ways of doing things, etc. Now, will they be extradited to Mexico? I hope to God that they do, because the crime happened there, and they should be tried without a shadow of a doubt, because they committed that crime in Mexico. And you never know. The laws there might be harsher, most likely they are, but might be harsher in Mexico than they are here in America. Hence the reason why they ran. Just the prison system alone. The jails alone, let's just start there, in Mexico are frightening. Okay? It's completely different than America. So I hope that they get back over there. I hope they get extradited because they committed that crime, or they were witness or part of a crime. They left the scene of a crime and then some. That's what I think. And I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see what happens with this whole situation. Because the FBI is looking into it. They're doing their due diligence. It's going to happen. They coming. It's coming. Trust. Lila Aguilar, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it. As a mother, my heart breaks. As a woman, I feel her nakedness. This woman was violated, are without the actual act. Absolutely. I mean, you visually, emotionally, verbally, etc. I mean, all the things that you can think of that happened to this woman, not only just her losing her life, you pile all those other things on top of this young woman. Those things happened to her. This woman was vilely, viciously brutalized. And somebody had the audacity to pull out their phone and start filming it. And then as she is maybe passing on or had passed, they went a step further, called the family, and then on top of that, asked for money that most likely had nothing to do with saving that young woman's life. They did that to save their own ass. It's sad. But like I said, they're going to get their day in court. Trust and believe. But I do appreciate all the super chats and all that. I appreciate this. I appreciate the support and for you guys for watching the show and everything. Like I said, I can't show you the whole thing. There's like another 20 minutes or so, and we watched a good portion of it, guys. So I really do encourage you guys to go over to thencbeat.com. It should be up there, or you could just find it on Facebook. Because this whole thing streamed on Facebook, and man, people were tuning in. Thousands upon thousands of people were tuning into the show. And, just in that piece alone, there's a lot that we heard, a lot of information. Yeah, some of it is just reiterating things that we've heard already. Of course, you can watch the rest of it at the end of it. The end of the interview, I'm sure there's a little bit more that he talks about in more details. But apparently there is another video out here, y'all. That's one thing that we can say. I mean, Bernard did not take one moment to deny it. Did not take one moment to say, no, that's not true. There's not another angle. There's not another video. Allegedly, there's another video out here in these streets where there's another woman involved. Again, another woman involved in this situation, in the fight that we see. And then we hear from Bernard say, they dropped her on her neck. They beat her up so badly, so on and so forth. The autopsy says everything. They called the family and said, it's alcohol poisoning. When they did the autopsy shows nothing but facts. You can't fight the facts. F all the rumors. Just look at the facts. And when you see a broken neck and a broken or cracked spinal cord, that does not scream alcohol poisoning to me. That screams foul play. And then when you see a video like that where people are fighting a naked woman and she's not even fighting back, and they're kicking her while she's down, that kind of explains a lot. And that makes those group of friends look extremely guilty as hell. I'm praying for the family, y'all. I really am praying for the family because this is a family that deserves better, for sure. But I will say this though too. I give mad props. I'm going to say this. I know this sounds cheesy and all that, but I'm extremely impressed with the news and with the fellow YouTubers that have been covering this story. And again, some people that don't cover these types of conversations, these types of stories, some people that don't even cover true crime, real talk, like this, mysteries of sort, that don't talk about these things are actually talking about this story because it's just that messed up, and it makes people want to bring justice for Quella. And I love that. So I commend every single last one of y'all that are out here, that are YouTube creators, that are commentators, that are TikTokers, whatever. I don't care. But you guys are out here spreading the story, spreading the news, because that's what we need. That's what we need. And that's what this family needs. Okay. So sad. Urban Mask, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Where are the friends now? If they're in the US, they can be tried in the US too. Yes, they can be tried in the US as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's if they find a crime, right? Like right now, it is being ruled as a femicide, if I'm correct. That's what I'm seeing, or that's what I've heard before I went live. Literally, it was because everybody was thinking it was a homicide, but now it's being looked at as a femicide. Now, if that's, I don't know what that exactly means, which I'm going to pull this up so you guys can see this with me before I wrap up the show. But hopefully they will be tried here, but I'd love to see them get tried in Mexico. Get them the harshest sentencing in the history of sentencing, in my personal opinion. But this is what they say here. Because, I saw this here and I was looking it up. American woman's death in Mexico investigated as a femicide. Now, we already know this about the story of Shanquella, of course. Parents are frantic, got a frantic phone call, so on and so forth. But one of the main questions is, what is a femicide investigation? So let me, oh, shoot. I lost it. Hold on, guys. Give me 2 seconds. There it is. What is a femicide? Here it is. So what is a femicide? Okay. And again, thank you, Urban Mask, for the $5 super chat. I really do appreciate it. And I'll get to the other super chat from you again here in just a minute. Okay. So what is a femicide? All right. And let me just get this a little bit bigger so you guys can see that too. All right. So the Attorney General's office in Mexico sent ABC News a statement Thursday, adding they've also launched what's known as a femicide investigation. So an expert on femicide in the region of Mexico says its outcome will dictate the early stages of the investigation. It's supposed to be investigated in a very particular way that's sensitive to the gender dynamics of the crime, he said. So Leteri, I think is his last name. Hold on, let me get this out of the way here so you guys can see a little bit better. Let's see. Leteri says when a woman is unalived in Mexico, authorities are often required to open the investigation as a femicide. From there, they look into whether she was unalived for reasons due to her gender or if there were specific circumstances such as DV. So, a man fighting his girlfriend, so on and so forth, DV, if this woman was, if her life was taken because she's a woman, which is still strange to me, but okay. All right. Essentially, gender gender causes for violence have to be ruled out before it is classified as a homicide. So it goes from femicide and moves over into homicide. If they look at it and they go, okay, it wasn't because of this, it wasn't because of that, it wasn't a DV situation. All right, now we can move it into homicide, which is very interesting. This is Mexico, guys. This is in Mexico. Lettieri, I guess, says attention on the case could help it be resolved. That is an American means means there will be additional pressure. There's a typo in here. Means there will be additional pressure on the Mexican government and the state government to resolve the case, and I think that it will likely lead to a resolution. Of course, he won't rest. And apparently, Bernard Robinson, the father, said he won't rest until he gets justice. He said, "That's all I ask the Lord to give me is justice, not to let my daughter die in vain." And this is, of course, according to Bernard. Now, that is what apparently is being seen as. But yes, Giovanna Di Stefano, said, but in America, it is a homicide. Yeah, in America, they're looking at it as a homicide, but in Mexico, it's being looked at as a femicide for now, and will most likely graduate or shift over to a homicide. Urban Mosque, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. They beat her in the room, left her there. The video is evidence. They can be tried in the U.S., then extradited and shipped it. Shipped to Mexico if Mexico wants afterwards. That's a good point too. So they could be tried here. If they find a case, if the FBI does their due diligence, they can find a case, catch them with the case, and then drag them into court here, and then maybe they could be tried in two different places. That could very well be the case here as well. But this, to me, is not DV. I don't consider this DV. I think that this is straight up something completely different. But hey, we will see what happens here as time goes on. But this is what we know so far. Obviously, there's the interview that you guys have all taken a listen to. And again, this is all just devastating stuff. Devastating stuff. But again, the more and more we talk about this, the more and more we get closer and closer to finding justice for this young woman. That was a bright light in a very, very dark world. She was doing some really amazing things. She was accomplishing some really dope things. And it's sad that this all went down the way it went down. Actually, really quick, let me throw this up before I say bye-bye. Before the bye-bye music comes on, the outro music. Ray just said, will you be doing a Black Friday sale for your merch? Yes. In fact, funny that you say that. There is a Black Friday sale going on right now. 30% off of everything all the way up through November. Okay? So get your tuchus over to pascalmerch.com. And if you're liking this hoodie and the many other things that are out right now, please, by all means, go and check those things out. We got some really great stuff ready and available right now for you and your loved ones if you just want to get something really nice. Oh, and the other thing too, I need to say this too, one more thing. We got mugs, baby. Yes, we got mugs, coffee mugs. So if you like mugs, I know you like this mug. See what I did there. But we got mugs. Okay, guys? So please go get yourself something nice. Get yourself a mug. Get yourself whatever. It's 30% off of everything in store. Black Friday sale had already been started since the beginning of November. I've been saying it, Ray. 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 Damn. Okay. So please go and check that stuff out. We got a bunch of holiday t-shirts and hoodies and sweaters and all of that stuff too. Okay. Some cute things, some fun stuff, some cute tongue-in-cheek stuff to some a little bit more adult and funny. So go and check it out. All holiday stuff, 30% off, all in store. We got mugs. We got all kinds of stuff. We just redesigned the whole. Man, let me just show that. Let me just show you guys. Let me just show you the website, okay? Let me just show you guys the website. We just redesigned the website, and it looks fire. So I want you guys to see it too, okay? So take a peep at this, y'all. Splat out. Okay? Whole holiday collection right there for your face. Look at that. Just coming into your face with all these new designs and all of that good stuff. Okay? I mean, we got the fun, quirky stuff like well hung. You know what I'm saying? Some of the fellas are lying when they're wearing that. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay? So ladies, don't get too excited. All right? Some of them are straight up lying. Okay? But moving on. All right. So go and check these things out. We got some really, really great stuff. We got the mug collection, baby. Do you see it over here? You see it right there? Oh my gosh, what are these? Oh my God, they're mugs. Look at the damn mugs. Okay. And if you sign up, you get an extra 10% off if you sign up, become part of our mailing list and all that stuff. Like I'm just saying, look, mugs. Just mugs. Okay? Like, I do it for the hoes. You see what I'm saying? We got some good stuff. We got mugs, baby. Yeah. Okay, so, let's see. Oh, somebody likes Lachelle B just said, I like that one. The snows out, hoes out. Yes. 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 So go, okay? We got mugs galore. So go and get yourself something nice, okay? Or get something nice for your friends, okay? Or if you just need something festive, we got that too, okay? T-shirts, hoodies. We even got our essential line. I'll just keep showing y'all some stuff real quick because I know nobody cares. But I'm going to show you guys some more stuff. Look at that. Oh, snap. Look. We even got an essential line with the stuff where you just get simple stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like if you just need like a little bit of a hoodie, simple hoodie. You feel me? We got some, the purple one I was wearing. I wore it better though. You know what I'm saying? I wore it better, But I'm just saying, we got it right here. Okay? All of these things, all of them and more. Okay? And we all know the sea moss tie-dye. We got a top and bottom, of course. And then some. Like I said, look at this. Look at this. It's the beautiful yellow. Okay? See? Like we out here. We out here. Of course, the brownstone, the famous brownstone. You guys have been really loving that one. I've been getting a crazy amount of orders with the brownstones. Oh, he looks familiar. This corny ass mother lover. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Blam. Oh, look at him doing his blue steel. Look at that dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's just, you know what I'm saying? He's a sexy mother lover. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. And we got all kinds of crop hoodies. And then some. Look at that. All types of different ones, man. Okay. All kinds of different ones. Okay? So, get your butt over to pascalmerch.com and get yourself some nice stuff. All these holiday looks. All of this. Readily available. Look at that. You know what I'm saying? Pretty nice though, right? So, like I said, brand new thing. Brand new setup, brand new design, etc. So website design and everything. So we put in some time, multiple hours of putting that together to make it so dope for you guys. in this situation. So please go and check those things out. I think I just missed a super chat. So let me grab that real quick before I say goodbye. Okay. Did I say that one? Yes, I did that one. And then there's one down here. Kimmy Davis, thanks for the 5. I appreciate it. Thanks for discussing this. I was just watching that video. I'm going to go back and watch your commentary. Thank you. I do appreciate you taking the time to watch my crazy self talk about this situation. But yes, like I said, let us bring as much I'm working on it. Okay. I'm working on it. All right. I am definitely working on that. Okay. When the spring comes, okay. Right now it's just fall and winter stuff. And we got more things that we're going to be building and all that. Yes, we still have the awareness line as well. We still do have that as well. So those are still available. Hold on, let me make sure. Yep. They're still here. So we still have, we still have the hoodies and t-shirts for the Gabby Petito Foundation. They are still up here, ready to go. Go check it out by all means. We still have all the same stuff. We have an awareness an awareness section on the website and all that. We just try to clean up the website as much as we can so that it's not just a bird shot of everything everywhere. Just trying to tidy things up. Like I said, I've been putting a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of focus on the clothes and the things for you guys to get, and hopefully you guys can enjoy those things. So please, again, PascalMerch.com or BeautifulBeefCollections.com, 30% off of everything in store. And don't worry, PascalMerch.com and BeautifulBeefCollections.com go to the same website, just so you guys know, so you guys don't get confused. All right. Go over, check those things off, or check those things out. There's going to be something in there I guarantee you will absolutely enjoy and love. Okay. So anyway, it is time to get going. I appreciate all y'all for being here, being a part of the conversation. I appreciate you guys for being here. You guys have been amazing. And also, I will say this too. Be on the lookout. Tomorrow evening will be when I drop the infamous interview with Miss Jennifer Lewis. I don't know if you guys saw the video that went viral, the little snippet that I put out that went viral. Well, the whole thing is coming out tomorrow evening. So be on the lookout for that. This is going to be a fire interview, and you don't want to miss it. It is very candid, very real, and hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Okay, so be sure to tune in to that tomorrow. Okay, so anyway, I appreciate all the love. Seriously, guys, seriously, I really do appreciate it. And I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff without you guys' support. Real talk. Without you guys doing that, I would never have the guts to open up a store, start my own line of clothing, etc. But you guys have given me a lot of confidence in believing in myself. And so I couldn't do without you guys. Real talk. So I appreciate every single last one of y'all. Even the new ones that just came in and subscribed or just came in and watched the show for the first time. I appreciate all y'all. You guys give me a lot of faith. And that's all I can ask for from you guys. Real talk. Anyway, appreciate every single last one of y'all, okay? Have a great rest of your night. Your boy's going to be working hard tomorrow, so I might not be doing a live tomorrow morning. I might not. I don't know. I like getting on these things and talking with you guys, so we'll see what happens here. But be sure to hit that notification bell just so that you know if I do go live. And keep your eyes out for tomorrow evening when I drop the interview with Jennifer Lewis. Again, you don't want to miss this one. It's a great one. Okay. Anyway, guys, be sure to hit that like button down below. That would really mean a lot. Okay. Send it past 800 likes. A like doesn't cost a thing. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And if you do, it'd be great to have you part of the Pascal Show family. Anyway, it's time to get going. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. And if there's any more developing information around this story, you know for a fact, I'll be right here giving you guys the information that you need. See you guys soon. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.